Hi everyone, welcome to this week's cooking class. This week we are going to be making chicken souvlaki with a side of Greek salad. So I've already cut up my chicken and I've got it all ready to go and it's raw and ready to get popped in the oven. And we are actually going to broil that today. And we are going to be using the Greek kit. So I'm really excited about that because at this time the Greek kit is offered with the sheet pan and the liner, and as well as the lemon dilly mix, the Greek dressing, and the souvlaki, as well as the hummus seasoning. Or you can get it without the sheet pan, but I'm going to tell you, this bad boy is pretty awesome. It's super, super sturdy, and the sheet liner that goes into it will save you both time and money because it's super easy to clean, and you can have your pan last longer, but you can also use it instead of parchment paper, and it just makes everything so much cleaner and easier at the end of the day. So I'm going to be using that tonight, and because I want to keep all these live under 15 minutes, I'm going to really get going. Like I said, I've cut up my chicken. We are going to use half a green pepper and half an orange pepper in our souvlaki. And like I said, I'm going to broil it because I have another recipe that I use, and you just broil it on high for 8 minutes, and I think that it'll work perfectly for this because all it is chicken and peppers, just the same. So now I'm going to get this all ready to go. My family doesn't particularly like chicken souvlaki, so this is going to be a meal just for me because I really do like it. So that's another reason why I really like Epicure, and the fact that I could make this chicken souvlaki in the steamer even. Or like I said, in the oven like I'm doing tonight. I am going to cut my peppers in half just because I do have one little one that will eat this with me, and it'll just be easier for them to eat as well. So I've just mixed that into the bowl, and now I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of oil into there, and also 1 tablespoon of souvlaki. Here's my souvlaki seasoning, and of course my 4-in-1 spice spoon that fits in every jar. You're gonna see this one every week, I swear. So 1 tablespoon of that, and then I'm just gonna put a little bit of lemon juice. I have this amazing 3-in-1 or 2-in-1 citrus press, but I forgot to grab a lemon, so we're improvising here. That's the thing. You don't have to not make something because you forgot something on your list. Just improvise and do it all the same. Who knows, you might even create something fun and new. So I'm just gonna mix this up here, and then we'll get that going in the oven, and then we'll get started on our salad. Okay, so that is, all mixed up. I'm actually gonna throw that back in there, put it on my pan. So now when you do put it on your sheet pan, you wanna spread it out so that it is not overlapping or on top of anything. It'll cook faster. And you should also cut your peppers and your chicken so that they're about the same size so that everything cooks nice and evenly. So I'm going to pop that in the oven now. And you wanted to put that on the top third of your oven, just so that you're aware. Now I'm going to make some tzatziki sauce. So I'm actually only going to make half of the recipe for the tzatziki. So it calls for half a cucumber. I'm actually only going to use 1/4 of the cucumber. And what we're going to do is we're just going to grate that up. Gets a little messy in here sometimes. So we're actually going to be using the lemon dilly dip mix for this, and you're going to see in a second that my lemon dilly dip jar is actually fairly old, and that's just because I've only really started using my lemon dilly to its full potential lately. Actually, before that it just sat in my cupboard. So we have a newfound love, lemon dilly and I. And I'm actually just going to put these cucumbers into a cheesecloth. You can just use a regular dish towel that you have around the house, but you're just going to want to squeeze out some of that excess water essentially, but you just don't want it to be too liquidy. So just a quick squeeze, and I'm just going to show you how much I got out of there just so that you see how important this step is, because otherwise your tzatziki sauce is going to be quite runny. All right, so this is how much I got. So we can't even really see. I'm going to pour it into here, but quite a bit. So Now I'm just going to put that into half a cup of yogurt. So if you were making the full, you would use a full cup of yogurt and half a cucumber. So there we go, that into there. Now I'm just going to grab the lemon dilly dip mix, and we are going to use half a tablespoon of this. So again, that 3-in-1 spice spoon. And there we go. So this is what I'm talking about, my old jar. So don't worry if you have an old jar like this at home too. Still use the spice. It doesn't go bad. And in fact, our glass jars actually make it last a little bit longer even. So I wouldn't be worried about using it at all. The only thing is that the longer it does sit in your cupboard, it just might lose a little bit more of its flavor. So you just might have to use a little bit more of it, but that's really not that big of a deal. You don't have to throw it away. All right, so this is our tzatziki sauce, all cooked up. And I forgot to set my timer, so I'm just gonna put it on for 5 minutes because I've probably been talking for a good 3 minutes. So there we go, tzatziki sauce, all done. Now, for our actual salad, I'm going to use my cruet, and this is my awesome funnel for my cruet. It fits right in. If you guys are looking in the catalog, you'll notice that you don't find this cruet. This is an older edition, so don't be looking for that. You're not going to find it, but it is the same shape. It just doesn't have the writing on it. So now for our dressing, I'm going to use 1/8 of olive oil, 1/8 of a cup of olive oil. And again, these are those prep cups that I love so much. With the on the side, it has the measurements, millimeters and cups. While the half cup, quarter cup, 3/4 cup on the side. And I'm also going to use, how much is it? Oh, sorry, that was 3/8 of olive oil, and now just 1/8 of, it's supposed to be red wine vinegar, but I'm actually using apple cider vinegar because I think it tastes amazing that way, and it's a good substitute. I actually Googled that one day and discovered that, and I haven't looked back. So I'm also going to use 1 tablespoon of the Greek dressing. And there we have it. So that was all super easy peasy thanks to that funnel. I also use that to put my smoothies into my little Tupperware what are they called, water bottles for my kids. So it comes in handy in more than one place. So all whipped up, and if you wanted to make a creamy Greek dressing, you could just add a little bit of feta while you're mixing the dressing. It's really good that way too. So I'm gonna get on with our salad, and now I'm gonna use half a cucumber, but I'm probably just gonna use this whole cucumber because why not? So just easily slice it all up. And if you're a master chef and you're wondering why I'm cutting things like this, it's because I'm not a master chef, but I do cook up some pretty delicious things. And at the end of the day, my kids eat it and they don't really complain about how I cut it. So there's that. So I'm just gonna dump that into the bowl. And then I'm also going to use half an onion. Now I know this isn't a red onion, but like I said before, you shouldn't not make something just because you don't have a certain ingredient. Still go hard with it. Big chunks of red onion are quite nice in a Greek salad, so I encourage you to do that if you are making it with appropriate onion. Like I said, I'm going to share this with one of my kiddos, so I am cutting things a little bit smaller, but you can do that with anything, right? It's all able to be tailored to what your family needs or wants. So I'm also going to put in some tomato. So I'm just going to put in 2 tomatoes, and again, you could just wedge them and put them in that way. I am going to wedge them, but I'm going to do it a couple more times. So here's that. And I'm also, you're going to notice, not going to put olives in there because I don't care for black olives. The rest of my family does. So usually what happens is we open a can and I put it on the side, and whoever wants to use them can use them. So that's just something that we personally come up with, and it works for everybody. And I'll tell you, I'm lying when I say a can of black olives because usually it ends up being like 2 and everybody's like fighting over them. I'm seriously the only one in the family who doesn't like them. Anyhow, if you guys wanted to get a hold of that Greek kit, the Greek kit actually has meal plans online. So it comes with, well, not meal plans, but some recipes online that it comes with. And it's really, really good. It comes with 5 recipes, and it also comes with 5 recipes per like jar that it comes with for different ideas of what you can do with them too. So they don't just kind of give you a product and just leave you hanging. Oh, I forgot to put the peppers in here too. So I'm just gonna finish cutting up these 2 peppers. And our salad is almost done. And our chicken is also almost done. So the other thing too is that these chicken souvlaki usually goes on like a pita. Now I haven't found a good pita to use, to be 100% honest with you. So if you know where the stores are that have the good pitas for like souvlaki, let me know, because I need some in my life. Currently we just kind of use wraps because I find that all the pitas that we find, they just fall apart. So not that great. Yeah, let me know. And I'm also going to put in a 1/4 cup of feta. So there's our timer. Quite loud actually. And I'm just gonna give this a little stir. And this would be with 1/2 cup of the dressing. So I'm just gonna make sure that I don't put too much. Perfect amount. Used again, that fancy little cup. So I'm just gonna put that on top of our salad. Give it another mix. There's our salad. And I'm just gonna pull this out and check it now. Oh. Okay, this looks great too. So I'm just gonna bring this a little bit closer and show you guys how awesome this is. So move my jars over. Okay, so here we go. So this is the chicken souvlaki. Now, if you want to go no carbs, then just put the chicken souvlaki on the side of your plate just like that with your side salad, of course, and away you go. If you want the pita, go with pita. If you want to wrap, go with the wrap. Whatever you want to do is perfect. So again, I just want to say thanks for tuning in. And of course, if you saw that amazing little baking sheet with the mat and stuff and you're like, oh, I don't really want to pay that, you can always host us and get stuff like that at half price. You know, that works for collections or an item. So I'm more than happy to help you guys with that. And for now, I would just like to say thanks for tuning in, and you guys all have a wonderful evening. Bye.